Hello friends, welcome to the Wednesday show. If this is your first time in our channel, I want to extend you a very warm welcome. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. Today will be a little bit of a blog style episode because I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to give an update to the Jaguar for those of you that have been following the Jaguar repair, and to report that the Jaguar is doing absolutely fantastic. But I will have to check some more things now that the major thing is going to make sure that no other surprises will arrive. I will take you along to that journey. Secondly, I want to discuss about used cars. I have received a lot of comments in my videos relating to car repair, and I've been really following other car repair channels. Cars are my passion, something that I really enjoy doing. And I want to talk about, should you buy a used car? Any used car, not just this Jaguar. Should you buy one? And the reality is, I strongly believe you should. Used cars present an exceptional value because, as we all know, brand new cars lose their value extremely quickly. So you're much better with a used car when it comes to your money. And what should you buy? Buy the type of car you want in the most basic configuration. In other words, it is best to buy a simple car and add to it what you want. It is, first of all, much more economical, and secondly, it allows you to customize the car exactly what you want. It allows you to have the features you want in the car and not have the features you don't want. Secondly, how should you buy a new car? A used car, I'm sorry. There are some things that you should worry. Should you worry about high miles? Should you worry about high miles? Well, the answer to that is a little more complex, because it is yes and no. But high miles don't always mean the same thing. High miles in a car that has been driven mostly in highway really are not important. There are easy miles for the engine and there are easy miles for the car. High miles on a car that has been driven constantly in stop and go traffic is something that you should avoid. And what are some very basic things that you can do to determine if the mileage in the car that you're looking at is high or low? And something that I did do when I bought this Jaguar. We all know how we hate when we drive on the highway to see all those dead bugs on our grill. However, when you look for a car, check about little spots on the grill and on the hood that might be remnants of those bugs, and little pitting that indicates that the car was driven in the highway, because by doing so you actually have one sign that the car was driven in the highway, so more than likely it has highway miles. The other thing is, look at the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal. If they look almost brand new, then chances are the car was driven in highway miles, so the amount of mileage should not scare you. If they look brand new, it is a seller that tries to disguise that fact. So you don't want brand new looking, you want the original pedals with very little wear. A lot of wear, especially in the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal, means that the car was driven primarily in stop and go traffic, which is really bad for the engine. Clearly I need to clean my car, but you can see this is a car with 150,000 miles, and look at the pedals. Clearly this car was driven mostly on the highway. You can clearly see the ridges on the brake pedal, you can clearly see the ridges on the gas pedal, all indications that the car was not driven in stop and go traffic. Definitely look for details of the car. A person that has taken care of the car takes care of everything. Takes care of the interior, takes care of the engine. So if the interior is trashed, stay away from that car. People that don't care how their car look inside, they don't care how their engine is or anything else. Look for obvious problems with the car. Has it been in an accident? And one of the easiest way to do that is look at the lines where the doors meet the body and in the hood. As you can see, this is a very consistent gap here, which means it gives us a positive indication that this car has not been in an accident. This is the same gap here. It looks big, by the way, but actually there is a seal there, so you're looking at the seal. And as you can see, this car looks good in and out. I mean, this is my Jaguar, as you know. When you close the car door, listen for a very positive thud sound, like this one. And again, walk around, look at all the lines. And as you can see, this Jaguar seems to be in very good shape. No signs that the car was the same distance. That's a good indicator that the car has not been refitted. Look at the color. Is the color uniform throughout the car? If it is not, chances are is that the paint job has happened somewhere. Another thing that you want to look for is the engine bay. You don't want the car that looks squeaky clean, especially if it is as old as this Jaguar, because that means that someone went and cleaned the engine. And while that sounds really a good idea, when you buy a car you want to see the engine as it is. A clean engine might be enticing to buy a car, but I would never buy a car with a squeaky clean engine and 100,000 miles, because I cannot see if the engine has any leaks or any other signs of wear, because the engine looks brand new. So it's okay to get your hands a little dirty. Press the hoses. If the hoses are squeaky or soft, that means that they're old and at the minimum need to be replaced. It doesn't mean that you will not buy the car, but it does mean that you should replace those hoses. Other things that you want to look for, you want to look for any obvious big leaks. Little leaks on high miles cars are not really a problem, but huge leaks can be potentially a problem. Then look at how easy the car is to maintain and repair. How easy is to change light bulbs. How easy is to change the oil. Where is the oil filter? Yes, you have to get a little dirty, you have to get under the car, you have to look at the car. Put your hand this way between the fender and the top of the tire and go around and make sure that this distance is the same for both sides. Now this distance can be different between the front and the rear wheels, and that's okay, but it should be the same left and right on the rear wheels and left and right in the front wheels. Give the car a little bit of a tugging, a little bit of a pressure, like this, and see for bounce. Does the car bounce correctly? As you see, this has a very good suspension. Check everything to make sure that it works. Check the sunroof if you have one. Check all the lights. Again, these are not necessarily make or break points, but you need to know what you're getting yourself in, and also these are things that you can negotiate a lower price with. For example, a sunroof that doesn't work might not be important to you, some people don't even care, but you can say, hey, this sunroof doesn't work, and that can be a negotiation point. Go and look at the car from a distance. If it looks straight and true, that is a small but another indication that the car has not been a serious accident. Look at the wear and tear of the tires. Again, I don't care if the tires are worn, I care how the tires are worn. If the tires are worn in an even natural way, I'm okay with it. But if you have wear in the inside and the outside of the tire, but not in the middle, and the tire is inflated in the correct pressure, then you might have alignment problems or other issues with the suspension of the car. So a couple of things that you should take with you when you go to check a car. If you can, get an OBD reader and check and see if there are any codes of the car. If someone doesn't want to let you check for codes, clearly that is a red flag. Get a flashlight to look at the pedals and look underneath the dashboard. See where the OBD2 port is. See how neat the wiring is. If someone has really been messing up with the wiring, you might have serious problems. And wiring problems in cars are something that usually it's very hard to figure out. Turn everything on. operate all the windows, operate all the doors. You will be amazed at things that you can find by just doing simple things. Open the hood, open the trunk, see what's coming with the car. Small blemishes are not serious and usually can be fixed fairly easy, but can be points of negotiation for the price of the car. So once you decide you want to buy the car, find for points to negotiate the price down. One of the worst investments that you will ever make in your life is purchasing a brand new car. It really loses value the moment you get in and drive it off the lot. A lot of people say things like, oh, you know, there's a reason why BMWs and Jaguars lose so much value, is because they're junk. Well, this is totally false. The reason why BMWs and Jaguars and Audis lose so much value is because they start with inflated prices already. So no one will pay for a 10 years old car $80,000. I had an M series BMW that originally sold for $120,000 and I bought it for $35,000. Huge drop in price. A fantastic car, not any problems with it at all. Didn't have to go to the mechanic once. So why it lost so much value? Well, think about it. Would you buy a 10-year-old car for $100,000 or $80,000 or $70,000? No. So smaller cars with much lower point entry when they're new tend to maintain the value better. It's just very simple logic. If a car was purchased new for $30,000 and used this $20,000 after 10 years, people say, look, it only lost $10,000 versus an $80,000 loss in a BMW or a Jaguar. Yes, folks, that is true. But where was the starting point? That's what you need to look. And forget the myth, and I've talked about that again, about how expensive Jaguars and BMW are to maintain. Learn how to fix yourself, your own cars. And in this channel, I have actually a playlist about automotive repair. If you would like to follow that list and learn how to fix your own cars, you're going to save literally thousands of dollars. The little work that I have done in this Jaguar, I priced at the dealer, and everything I've done in this car would have come at more than what I paid the car for. It would have come, I think, around $15,000. That's what the dealer wanted. It cost me in parts about $300 and my labor. Learning how to fix your cars is a very valuable skill that saves you a lot of money and really give you a lot of satisfaction. And also, to be honest, sometimes a lot of frustration. Some problems are hard to troubleshoot, like it was with my automatic transmission in this car. It gave me a little bit of frustration because I couldn't find the fill port, as you might have seen in my previous video. And when I found it, it gave me a little bit of anxiety. So everything we have seen tells us that this is the fill-in hole for the transmission, but we can see some wires there. Wires going through the fill port, and I was like, what is happening here? Why there are wires? So yes, you have a little bit of frustration, but the reward is amazing. And I can tell you something else. Used cars, especially luxury used cars, hold their value better than new cars do. So while new cars are a horrible investment, older cars can be a great investment. This car is a 2005, and in a few years will become a classic, and chances are that it will increase in value. In fact, it has increased in value in the used car market ever since I bought it, probably to a large degree because there were not too many of them. Jaguars were not really popular cars 10 years ago, primarily because of the cost, and also it has to do with the geography. If you want a specific car, go in an area that they are not really, I got that wrong. Go to an area that there are a lot of them in the market. That will drive the price down. In my market, there are not many Jaguars for sale. So this car has gained $2,000 since I bought it in my market, because I often don't see a single Jaguar for sale where I live. So it's worth traveling. If I was to drive 3 hours from here and go to St. Louis, there are a lot of Jaguars for sale and their prices are substantially cheaper. So yes, buy a used car. I strongly recommend it. First of all, even if something goes tragically wrong, a used or rebuilt transmission is much cheaper than a brand new. Any mechanic can do it. You don't worry about violating your warranty terms and so forth. And speaking of warranty, as long as you keep records, yes, you can do your own oil changes. You can do all your maintenance. All you need is some record that you did it, and the dealer has no option but accept it. Also, I keep receipts when I buy oil. That makes my records even stronger. So if when I buy new cars, I do all the maintenance myself. I don't take it to the dealer, I don't take it to another mechanic. I don't proclaim to be a mechanic, but I am a scientist by training. So the key here is problem solving. And YouTube can be a very good resource. Find a couple of channels that you really like and post questions. I like to answer the questions that my viewers post, and I always answer them. It might sometimes take a week or two depending on the volume of questions, but I will answer any question you have. Right now I own 8 cars. Over the last 10 years, at the lowest I own 5 cars. So I buy and sell cars because to me it is just fun, and I like to fix them and so forth. And I can tell you I've never regret buying a car, and I have never lost money in one. And I've owned Minis, and of course BMWs and Jaguars, and I've owned Volkswagens, and I've owned Hondas. You can name it, I've owned it. I've owned Dodges. In fact, I still own a Dodge right now. My truck is a Dodge. So I have a variety of knowledge and understanding of many makes of vehicles, and I could be a good resource if you need assistance. I hope you enjoyed this short episode of The Garage Woodworker doing cars instead of woodworking in the garage. And if you did, please smash that like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Share, like, and subscribe to support our channel as we plan a lot of fun projects for the remaining of the year. We appreciate your support, and we will see you soon. From The Garage Woodworker, have a great week.